How to generate more engagement on your Instagram stories. Yes, doing Instagram stories is not enough, but getting more engagement on your Instagram stories will help you eventually convert your potential clients and customers better. So now the question is, how can you actually generate engagement on your stories? Well, there are a number of ways to do that. Whenever you come to me with a problem, I come to you guys with a solution. So here it is. Come on inside and let's get started. Hi guys, welcome to Tejal Talks, and today we're going to discuss about ways in which you can generate and increase your Instagram engagement on your stories in order to convert your audience better, in order to generate the likes, comments, shares on your content, in order to get more inquiries, in order to get more DMs, and eventually in order to convert these people better into clients and customers. Yes, that's right. If you'd like to make more money, if you'd like to get the desired results, then continue watching because I'm going to give you some of my best tips to increase your engagement on your stories. Cool, let's start. The first thing that you can do to increase your engagement on your stories is to use a lot of stickers which actually ask people for engagement. Stickers like the reaction sticker, the poll sticker, the ask me anything question sticker, the quiz sticker, because all of these will ask people to take an action. Even though leaving a reply and they ask me anything or DMing you or replying to your story might be difficult for people initially, but hitting that poll is actually something that people want. When they say A versus B, they actually want to click on it. That's psychological. So you have to leverage that. You have to ask them questions which they will want to answer. So make sure that you use a lot of these tappable elements through which people can communicate with you, because they're bound to do that psychologically as well as you're asking them to. That is one part of it. The second part of it is using other stickers which make it more fun for people, because if they like what they're seeing, if they're entertaining, if they're enjoying themselves, if they are getting educated, then why not? Why wouldn't they comment on your post? Why wouldn't they reply to your story? They would definitely want to do that. We just want to give them reason to do that. That's it. Okay, so moving on. The second thing that you can do, and you definitely need to do across every post, no matter if it's a post or a story in this case, is give people a call to action. For example, you do a mini training on something. Are you asking people in the end to take an action, to tell you whether it was beneficial for them, to actually go and tag you when they share this type of content across on their profiles? If you're not telling them to take action, why will they take action? It's as simple as that. It's consumer behavior. You need to tell people to click on a button for them to actually click on it. Similarly, you need to tell people to actually reply to your story or send you a DM or click the link in your bio or actually just click on that option poll sticker. Whatever it is, ask people to take an action, ask people to reply, leave a comment, whatever it is that you want. Until and unless you ask anyone, no one is going to do it for you. As simple as that. So call to actions are by far the most important thing that you need to have across on your profile, through your posts as well as your stories. Also, if you do lives, ask people to leave comments in there too. Like I ask you to leave a comment when I do a YouTube video, I definitely want to know from you. So I am asking you to leave a comment. That is a call to action, right? So it works across on different channels of social media too, not just Instagram. Okay, moving on. The third is that a lot of people watch stories on mute because they are in office spaces or public places wherein they cannot play it on volume. So sometimes if you have just spoken in a story and not given them any text or anything of what it is, they might not even view it or they might skip through it. So first thing, if your content is not getting viewed by them, how will they interact with it and respond to whatever you're asking them? They will respond only if they know what you're talking about. And for them to know what you're talking about, they need to know the context of it. And to know the context, make sure that whenever you're just speaking on stories, you do leave at least 2 lines for them to get the gist of what you're talking about, so they feel connected and they actually don't exit your story or they don't pass over your story without replying. Even if they're saying that 2-line context, they will definitely hit that poll button or hit that DM button or give you a reaction or something or whatever it is you're asking for. But for them to do that, they definitely need to view your content and understand the context behind it. So it's very important if you actually give a 2-word, 2-line, 3-word context or a sticker which makes sense for what you're talking about. That's simple, guys. The next thing is the best way to do about it is actually do stories across 3 different times of the day. Rather than clubbing all of them together and doing it one time, do it 3 separate times and 3 short intervals instead of doing one very big piece. Sometimes I know the story or the training is as such that you need to do a big piece, and that's okay, but I'm talking about something which you do frequently. Make sure that you do it for 3 different times. Why? Because whenever you do a new story, whenever a new update is made to your stories, it is put by Instagram on the very first line of the stories list that comes on top of every account. So every time you do a new story, you get a chance to be popped into the front. So if you can do more number of times a day than 3, that's also good. But 3 is like a good average to start with. Then again, similar to it, coming to the 5th tip, make sure that every time you do some stories, they're like 3, 4, 5. They're not a huge 15, 20, 30 stories, so that people leave it midway for people for whom it's not making that much sense, or who get disconnected in the middle, and they're 10 stories before, so they might not want to go back to the first and start again. If you're doing too long stories, it might not be right for some people as they get bored. So I would suggest do shorter, crisper stories. It could be 4, 5, 6, 7 also. Sometimes if it's more, it's okay. Don't be too hard on yourselves, guys. It's good to do stories than not do stories, but if you're doing them, then why not optimize them? So I'm just talking about optimizing. Do short sprints instead of doing a marathon when it comes to stories. And those were my 5 tips. First is use clickable elements, use items which will make people do the engagement with you. The second being using a call to action across your posts or your stories to make people take an action. Third is actually adding some line of context when you are speaking in a story, and just not to leave it blank with a video on, to increase the viewership and thus to increase the interaction. Fourth is posting stories at least 3 times a day rather than doing it one time and as a whole. And fifth is doing it in short sprints and not doing a marathon. Now, if this is something you like, definitely leave a comment to let me know, and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and click on that notification bell to be notified every next time we post a new video. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. If this is something you'd like, I'm sure you will love the content that I create on Instagram, on marketing, on business, on Facebook ads, and on entrepreneurship in general. So make sure to check out these 2 very fresh new videos that I've created just for you. And I'm sure you're going to love them and gain so much out of them. Don't forget to leave me some great comments for me to know what is it that is resonating with you guys, and what is it that I can add to my channel. What is it that you would like for me to make a video on, because I love listening to you. My ears and eyes are always open for that. And I love to make videos on whatever it is that you're facing a problem with, so that I can help you in the best possible way ever. That said, have a great day ahead and keep coming back to this channel, because I love having you guys over here on this place. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Take care.